Early morning, time to rise, no sleep. Radio's humming with the funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up, CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up, CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the Windy City, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up, CEO, to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up, CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Let's play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go some set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, now I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah, I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake it up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah, I made my way. Built my brand, now I pay my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you.
Hey there, hey there, hey there, CEOs. This is Wake Up CEO, and y'all know I am your host, Rachel L. Gary. Today the theme is about powerful and is necessary, how to build consistency that pays. Because success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do constantly. I want you guys to stay locked in because you know what my mission is on Wake Up CEO. It's to speak candid truth to empower the inner CEO. That's that one that is clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction, ready to jump in and be the CEO of your life. So we about to get, you know what we do on Wake Up CEO. We dive right in. So y'all stay locked in for the Author's Corner, brought to you by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. We are featuring today, we're featuring a book by Charise, Bennett. So I want y'all to stay locked into that. We had a power statement of the day that we're gonna be dropping in a couple of moments. And don't forget in that last segment where we're going to be bringing you the Leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets what, guys? GPS. So let's get to it. We not holding nothing back. We about to get into it today. So the power statement of the day is your habits either are paying you or they're costing you. One or the other, CEOs. There's not both. You can't have bad habits, good habits. Either the habits are paying you or they're not. That's what we jumping into. We're not gonna say it's a gray area. There isn't a gray area. Either the habits you do on an everyday basis are moving you closer to wealth, or those habits that you have are moving you further away. Which one? First, you know what we got to do on Wake Up CEO. The question of the day for you CEOs out there is, what do you think? What do you do every day that moves you forward? What is that thing? And we want to just talk about it. What is that one thing that you do every single day that moves you closer to being who you are intended to be? Who are you looking to be? We've got to step into that. And that's what we're talking about today. Stepping into consistency that pays. How to do it. Is it elusive? Is it like the Loch Ness Monster? Is it like one of those fairy tales? Which one is it? But let me break it down. Getting clear. Your internal environment determines your external results. So this is why we got to get clear with who? With who? With you. That's who we got to get clear with. We don't got to get clear with anybody else but ourselves. So we got to start with us. Because internal clutter creates external chaos. So how you feel, think, and express yourself to you, normally 99.99 to 100% of the time is how your external environment is. If you're living in internal turmoil, that internal turmoil is being expressed in your activities. If in your mind you don't have clarity, that means that you're not moving in a direction. You're just moving. I want to say this, guys. If you don't have direction and you don't know what you're doing, you are most definitely going to be on the same path that you were last week, last month, last year. So let's start breaking away. And I'm gonna start giving a plan. Y'all know on Wake Up CEO, I'm not gonna talk about the problem. I'm coming with solutions. Now you don't have to take the solutions, but I don't want you to say you didn't get them. I don't want you to feel don't want to talk to you about them. I don't want you to feel that way at all. I want to bring some information that I know is going to provide some answers, provide some strategy, and prepare you for who you are destined. One more time, who you are destined to be. So we're going to talk about if your mind is messy, your habits will be too. So as we said, the chaos inside brings inconsistency outside. So first, we got to identify one internal distraction that you must confront this week. One thing. One thing that you're doing on an everyday basis in your mind. What are you saying about yourself that needs to change? Are you saying I'm not organized? Are you saying that I'm not worthy? Are you saying you can't be wealthy? Are you saying that you can't make more than $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour? Are you limiting yourself? That's what we're talking about. Because that is the first thing we have to talk about is how to stop. One more time, how to stop the internal self-talk that is derogatory and keeps us stuck. So we have to identify it. One thought. If today you said to yourself, ma'am, I'm not good with money, you are professing that you are not good with money. You're telling yourself that. Let's twist that statement. And remember, I'm giving solutions here, not just having a conversation. Let's say that you say I'm not good with money. Twist it. I am encouraged to learn how to utilize money towards my goals. It's the verbiage. They both mean the same thing, but one empowers you and the other keeps you stuck. So are we empowering? Are we growing? I hope that's what we're doing on Wake Up CEO. I hope that's why you jumped in with me today. I hope that's why you said, okay, I'm a step in and listen to Rachel on Wake Up CEO today, because all I'm going to do is drop gems that allow you to be, do, and have the life that you desire. That's all we're going to talk about. So what to do? You're going to write down that one thing. We're not trying to rewrite the history of our brain in one day. We're going to start small, because once you do this and you are successful, you'll do it again. What gets celebrated gets repeated. So write down the one thing that mentally drains you the most. A person, a thought, a fear, a worry. And today we're going to set clear boundaries, a timeline, and a plan to address it today. Not tomorrow, not later on down the line, but right now. Because on Wake Up CEO, we're about action. Guys, I'm not going to have a conversation that isn't going to be action packed. I want us to find action, be in action, move towards action, because once you're moving towards you're gonna start feeling better, feeling different, feeling more secure with being the CEO that is what? You. So take an opportunity today to write that down. What is that one person, one thought, one fear, one worry, and to set the boundaries. Let's talk about how to set boundaries. First, you have to set the boundaries with you. This isn't anything that we talk about on Wake Up CEO. It's about being the best version of you. This is not about somebody external of you, entities external of you, companies external of you, co-workers external of you. We're only talking about the one person that we can and must control to find success. So we can do what I'm getting ready to talk about. We must do what I'm talking about. Because if we're looking for financial success, making more money, having more avenues of wealth, growing our businesses, taking our side hustles to be our main source of income, the only way to do it is to fix, cultivate, grow, empower you. Just you. We're not going anywhere else. So when you write that down, you're going to set the boundary of if something is mentally draining you, if it's a person, place, thing, whatever it is, the boundary is that today is the last day you're going to allow that to happen. Now, this doesn't mean you have to kick people out your life. It just means you have to limit the amount of time you spend talking to the person that drains you the most. Ooh. If you guys are new to Wake Up CEO, when I pause, that means I want you to take that in. I want you to think about that. I want you to internalize what that means. If the only person you can control is you, then the boundary must be set with and for you. So we got to start there. So as you guys come into the chat, so if you guys are watching me on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, please drop in the chat the answer to today's question. What do you do every day that moves you forward? What's that one thing you do? And I said, it doesn't have to be a plethora of things. One thing. For myself, I meditate every day. I write a moment of gratitude every day. Because I'm a firm believer that you cannot have more, be more, and do more if you're not grateful for the person you are today, the things you have today, and where and what you've learned today. So I'm always grateful for that. So we were talking about setting those boundaries. So when you're setting those boundaries with yourself, you're going to hold yourself accountable to your success. And let's say that, as we were saying, as a person is a reason that's draining you every single day mentally. And when you talk to them, they upset you. When you see them, you get a moment of dread. There are two things that you can do. One, you can make the decision that today's the last day it's going to happen. Or two, you can continually allow this person to drain your energy, which I want to say this. When people draining your energy, energy is money. Energy is current. Current is energy and energy is current. And if current and currency needs to get to your pockets, it can't see its way to your pockets through all of the networking errors that we're giving it. So to clear your path to currency in your pockets, you have to make a clear way for it to get from your thought process to your actions that help another individual and bring current to your pocket. I know I made that sound complicated, but the only way to build, grow, and have your wealth the way you want it is by being someone who is allowing that current in. So we got people checking in. Selah Brooks. Guys, if you guys do not know who Selah Brooks is, let me get you guys acquainted. Selah Brooks was a mentee from season 1 of the CEO Mastermind. He is a brand coach. He is not only a member from CEO Mastermind, he is now part of my executive coaching within my program. He does brand awareness, helps you build your brand on social media so you can learn how to make money without a lot of followers. Get locked into Selah Brooks. The name of his business is Stronger Media. Stronger Media. Get locked in. Selah, drop the link down below so people can get locked into your next cohort, because I know you got one on the horizon. So he does trainings and development. So I want y'all to stay locked into that as well. He says, I use prayer and meditation every day to help me reflect, overshadow, and have a moment of thankfulness. Absolutely. Absolutely. So everybody, as you guys come in the room, go ahead and share this to your page, share this to your circle, because you want other like-minded people to be around you. People who are getting the information, who are going to get that positivity, because I know I'm going to drop positive gems, who are going to get those things that are going to empower you, because I know I'm going to drop those empowerment gems, and the things that help you own this thing called your life, I know I'm going to drop those gems. So get your circles locked in. So go ahead, share this. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, share this with your page, because you want those people in your circle to be hearing that positive information so we can all move forward towards that currency of energy being transformed, because we are caring about each other and working together. So we were talking about that timeline or that boundary. So when you set those boundaries with yourself, you want to give yourself a timeline that you're going to be working. Hey, you're not going to change everything in one day. So this is why we're only picking one thing. So there's one thing that we're picking. We're going to pick that one thing, and we're going to work that one thing like it's a 9 to 5. We're going to work it like we want to get, like we're going to get paid at the end of the week, because you will. The only way to get paid is to have control over your thoughts. I know they hit differently, guys. We can't control everything, but we can control how we react, respond, prepare. And that's what we're talking about right now, preparing ourselves daily for what's coming our way. So you want to address that one thing, that one thought, that person, that worry, that fear today. Remember, I said I'm going to give you guys some steps to help you get through it. I'm not going to bring you on Wake Up CEO and just give y'all a problem without a solution. So the second thing, we have the emotional overload blocks habit formation. Stress and emotional fatigue make discipline feel impossible. When you're overwhelmed, when you're emotionally bogged down, your nervous system needs peace to maintain a pattern. So if you're looking to find success and you're looking for growth and you're emotionally overloaded with 100 problems, if you're taking everything personal, if you're taking on everyone else's problems into your life when you haven't correctly maintained your own, I want to pause on that for you CEOs. Because this goes to us taking on the stress of family members, friends, and what's going on in their lives. Because when we're taking on that stress, those problems, we're not concerned about the things that are going on in our lives, helping our lives grow, being the best version of us, grow and develop in the way that allows our emotional intelligence to take over. So we got someone else who's checking in with us on Facebook. We got Locks and Lines. Yes. Thank you for checking in with me today and getting locked in right here on Wake Up CEO. Please share the live to your friends and family so everyone can be on the same page of growth, development, and being the CEO of their lives. That's what we're doing right here. And right now we're talking about that emotional overload that blocks you. So if you guys have ever seen or played football, you got the defensive line and the offensive line. And when you got the defense is to stop the ball from going across the line. That's the emotions. The emotions are their job. When you're in an emotional overload, their job is to stop progress. Because it's stopping progress because it's trying to get you to accept what is emotionally happening. So your brain is on overload. Your body is on overload. Hey, I know it sounds ironic or it sounds as if this couldn't be true. But when we are emotionally overloaded, we stop our body from functioning the way it should. We stop our mind from thinking the way it should. So we got to get more locked in with what we're thinking, saying, talking about, who we're talking to. So let me give you the how, because your nervous system needs peace to maintain a pattern. So let me give you a quick tip that will help you get to a point of peace. I'm a firm believer in my peace. I protect it with a shotgun, guys. So you can implement a 5-minute reset, breathe, silence, gratitude, and grounding. Now, I know I said that quickly. Let me slow it down. Reset. Breathe. Take a moment of silence. Don't think, just take a moment of silence and be grateful for something in your life at that moment, because that will ground you into whom you are. So this is what you do. Set a timer on your phone and complete one 5-minute reset before noon. No excuses, no interruptions. Noon. If you guys go to lunch at 1 at your jobs, or you have a lunch hour, 1 o'clock, whatever that is. For me, I take that breather at 1 p.m. every day. I give myself 5 minutes to reset. I'm running all day. Just today, I had 3 meetings, 2 Zoom calls. I already was reaching out to individuals within my mastermind season 2. I had a very good conversation with an individual. All of this, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, from 5 to 3. And I have the pleasure to be with you guys right now at 3:30 on Wake Up CEO. I still took my 5 minutes today. Because if we're too busy to reflect and allow our systems a moment of peace, we're too busy to get the money in our pockets. And remember, today's show is about how to build the consistency that pays. That's what we're talking about today. So I'm giving you tips that allow you to get paid. How do you get paid? People want to know, how do I get the money? But I want to tell you guys, getting the money is not the hard part. It's sustaining and maintaining a life while you have the money. I know people who are rich, people who are wealthy, who are miserable. You watch them every day on the news. You watch them every day in any of those reality show soap operas. You see them all the time talking about what didn't happen in their life, why their life is not the way that they want. And they are wealthy. They got money. So this isn't about money. This is about how to get the money, but how to keep the money, stay sane, grow and develop, and be the best version of you. That's what we're talking about. How to get the consistency that pays and allows you to permeate in life with a mentality of peace. Remember, we talked about your nervous system needs peace to maintain a pattern and a pattern of growth. So you're going to set that time on your phone and complete 1 5-minute reset before noon. No excuses, no interruptions. So you're going to let your nervous system know it is safe to be consistent. You're letting your mind know it's safe to be who you are. It's okay. Because if you don't allow yourself an opportunity to live, breathe, grow, think, plan, strategize, it keeps you stuck. It keeps you right where you are. And we're not about being stagnant. We're about consistency so we can get paid. Get paid physically, get paid mentally, get paid emotionally, get paid spiritually. Pay is not just money, because with all of those other things, you're able to have more, do more, be more of the version of you that is worthy and living in your purpose towards it. Yep, that's what we talking about on Wake Up CEO. So you're going to let your nervous system know it's safe to be you. It's okay to be you. So for people who are now watching this live, I want y'all to check in. We got Winner's Creed by with Charise playing for you guys live on the air. Remember, this is Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago. Guys, support District Radio, as we already know it is more than radio. So get locked in.
There's a new TV network on the scene.
I will walk like a CEO, think like a boss. Every setback I had turned to gain, not lost. Mind on clarity, feet on grind. Built from the truth, that CEO state of mind. Power in my steps, vision in my lane. I don't follow waves, I create my name. This ain't hype, this purpose designed. I live loud in my CEO state of mind.
They want the crown, but not the pain. I made my peace inside the flame. Ownership, that's every choice. I don't fold, I find my voice. Every win, that's earned, not luck. Every no, just fuel I tuck. I'm not here to break or blend. I break the mold and set new trends. Mindset strong like steel and gold. My silence ball, what lasts won't hold no.
Show, Rachel L. Gary. And
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
Assessment is an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go. Assessment is an assessment.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way, where it would make money,
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality, it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week, right here on CEO.
Looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, hashtag Poverty Six Figures, they broke those mental chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com. All right. Welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and we were just listening to that man. I hope you guys, if you guys are watching this online, you saw those great commercials that were created by my team. I appreciate them for putting information out there of great individuals who have found success working with me and who are now building businesses. And we have another person who's in the chat. We got Charise Sloan. If you guys don't know who Charise Sloan is, she is the CEO and founder of Highly Productive Chicago, a promoter in the Chicagoland area. If you guys do not know, go ahead and go to our page. That is Charise Sloan. That is SHERECE Sloan, SLOAN. Get locked in with her on Facebook. If you guys are looking to promote your next event, promote your next artist, promote. Once again, promote. That's how money is made when you have individuals who are looking to help back you. So she dropped in the chat to tune in every Wednesday on Wake Up CEO radio show, hosted by yours truly on My Radio Chicago from 3 to 5 p.m. Because Rachel will be talking to the CEO in you. Inspirational conversation straight. No chaser. Bring it. Drop it, Charise. Drop it. She says, it's more than radio. We building a network, baby. Click the link. She dropped the link for Support District Radio. So if you have to take it on the go, you can go to my Facebook right now and get the link out the chat and get locked in for future reference. Thank you for dropping that information down there, Charise. She is, as I said, very, very big on promotion. And she says to all of you guys, hello, CEOs. Guys, y'all got to get locked in there. So we were jumping into the third thing of getting clear on how to build consistency that pays. Because we about getting paid over here, getting paid emotionally, getting paid mentally. But God dog it, we trying to get paid physically. We want to see that cha-ching ching in our pockets, cha-ching chings in the bank account. We want to see those cha-ching chings so we can utilize that money to further our ambition, further our career, and help as many people possible. I tell everyone, I'm a steward of money. And what I mean by being a steward is I'm a good steward of money. Money being in my pocket means there's more people who are going to get help. Because when I have money, I'm going to utilize that money to help families. I'm going to utilize that money to employ more people. The more people I employ, that means more families I help serve. Right now, I have 2 employees. And those 2 employees are able to feed their families because of working with me. The more money I make, the more people I can employ. The more people I can employ, the more people I can help grow. Boom, guys. You have to see things in those manners. That's what money does for you. If you're a good steward of money, because there's some people out here, guys. Y'all know who you are out here who get paid, spend all your money on a car, all your money on some clothes, and you back in the same situation in 5 months. That's not being a good steward of money. It's just not. Yes, we want to have good things, but let me express before we jump into this third thing. The only way you can find true success with your money is having an understanding of how to spend it, how to utilize it, and how to make more babies. That's what money should be doing, making babies. I talk about this every show because that's what I feel money is for. Money should be used to go into the world, help individuals, help businesses grow, and then come back to you double of what you put out. And I'm a firm believer. I'm a believer because I know it can happen. I know we can make it happen. The only way to make it happen is to take the opportunity to do, be, and have the life you're trying to have. Then we got Ovita who checked in. She is an award-winning show host. Ovita Ivy, guys, get locked in. She says, good afternoon. Thank you, Ovita, for jumping in with me. We have got to talk. I got things moving. I want to talk with you. So please hit me up so we can have a discussion. So I was on a show with Ovita, and it was an awesome show where we all sat around and we had a great conversation with BB Trinette on Convos in Chicago, right here on my radio, Chicago, on Saturdays from 2 to 5. We had a discussion right before my second book launched, which now is an award-winning book. So my book launched in June, and they happened to interview me prior to that, and they were at that event. So I am utterly grateful for people who support and people who show love and show appreciation for what I'm doing. Thank you again. So we got to get locked in and stay locked in. So we were talking about the third thing, which is self-doubt disrupts your routine. I want y'all to get locked into this. Because most people aren't consistent because they're lazy. You hear it all the time. Man, he lazy. He only did that one time. They're inconsistent, but because they don't believe their actions matter. When you don't believe in you, when you don't believe in your steps, when you don't believe in the trials you go through, are here to build you, here to help you, because things are not happening to you, they happen for you. And when you think from the perspective of things are happening for you, you're embracing it. So this is what we have to do. So remember, I'm not going to come with a problem. So the problem is we have self-doubt, and it's disrupting our routines of growth. It's disrupting our routines of building wealth. It's disrupting where we want to be and what we want to do. So now, this is how to find your worth, how to minimize doubt, how to grow and be the best version of you. These 5 words. I am worth the work. Daily, I am worth the work. I am worth putting in the time. I am worth doing what's necessary for my growth. I am worth it. When you say that to yourself, you are standing up to know that you are worth doing whatever is necessary for your growth. I am worth it. I am worthy of it. When you speak to yourself in those tones, it's allowing you to take in that positive energy, take in that positive message, and allows you to fight for your growth, fight for having sanity, fight for the peace that we were just talking about. But if you don't believe you're worth it, you keep letting it drop to the waistline. So the first thing we got to start with is saying daily, I am worth the work. Come on, I want somebody to drop that in the chat. Somebody drop that in the chat for me. I am worth the work. Drop it out on Instagram. I want you to drop it on Facebook. Drop it on TikTok. Drop it on YouTube. Wherever you are, I am worth the work. We got Stephanie checking in, guys. If you are not ready, get ready. I'm going to have a great conversation with Stephanie tomorrow on her show, Get Locked In. And she says, I am worthy of it. And she says, hi, Rachel from Real Life Topics Podcast. I will have the pleasure of being with Stephanie tomorrow on Real Life Topics. I am ecstatic. We had a great conversation, great chemistry, and I just cannot wait for us to have that conversation on her show. But you got to say, I am worth the work. She says, I am worth the work. Drop that down there, because if you are worth the work, you'll put in the work for what you want. Come on, guys. You got to show up. We got to show up. And the first person you got to show up for is you. Because once you show up for you, then you can show up for your kids. Then you can show up for your spouse. Then you can show up for your job. Then you can show up for your parents. You can show up for your grandparents. You can show up for your nieces. You can show up for your nephews. You can show up for your friends. All of that derives from showing up for you. You got to start with the main person, the main thing being the main thing. So I am worth the work. So this saying this affirmation out loud, write it once and take one action that proves it every day. First, we're going to say the affirmation. I am worth the work. We're going to write that down. It's five words. 5 words. I am worth the work. It takes less than 5 seconds to say it. Write it down, takes you another 5. And then you want to take one action that proves it. Send an email, make the call, finish a task that moves you forward. 1. Now, I'm not asking us to change the world in one day. It's not a possibility. But how you make a change is by doing one activity. And I just gave you 3. Pick one of the activities. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back because I want to make sure that we get all those, we get all 3 of those activities down, and we're working together on those activities. So activity 1 was internal clutter creates external chaos. Activity 1, identify one internal distraction that you must confront this week. Second thing was emotional overload blocks habit formation. So we're going to implement a 5-minute rest, breathe, silence, gratitude, or grounding. This is all about helping your nervous system be able to maintain, sustain, and grow. And that third thing we talked about, I am worth the work. Affirmation. Take some action because you want to prove that you're worth the work. Take an action that you've been afraid to do before. Take an action that you've been putting to the side. Hey, I'm going to do that today. All right, I didn't get to it by 4 o'clock. All the people gone for the day. Because when you say I'm worth the work, prove it. As we say we say from the street, if you about it, be about it. As we say in corporate America, if you are showing up, show up every time. As we say when we're empowering teams, I show up, you show up, we show up. Guys, you got to better speak that language no matter where you are. And when you're in the boardroom and you're sitting around and everybody's giving their opinion, we want to show up for results. Because results hit the bottom line. So I'm explaining to you, it doesn't matter what foster life that you're coming from. When you say you're worth it and you're putting in the work, you can do it starting today. Starting right now. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Pause. We're going to talk about it right now. So one of those 3 activities can help you move closer to building that consistency that pays the bills, that pays the mental stability, that pays the emotional support, that pays the spiritual unity. Guys, remember I said there's several ways to be paid. Whichever way you're trying to be paid and you're trying to have abundance, this is how you do it. I'm just dropping those little gems. Little gems. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're allowing the wheel to spin. We're giving the wheel some motion. We're putting some oil on that wheel so it doesn't squeak. We're moving the obstructions out the road so it can roll. God, I'm full of allegories, just like other biblical texts that we read. I'm full of allegories. All of it means the same thing. I am worthy of the work, and I'm willing to put in the work for me today. So now we're gonna jump into the second segment of the show, empowerment, guys. Yes, Remember, we as CEOs getting clear in our actions, so we just got clear. We're getting empowered. That's where we are right now. And then we're gonna start owning the moment, owning the actions, owning how to get ching ching. We got to get into it. We got Stephanie. She checked in and said, "That's right. Thank you, thank you." So everybody who jumps on the live, please, wherever you are, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, please share the live to other people so they can also, people in your circle can be on the same page, because the more people in your circle who are thinking positive or have positive information, that means the more success will come you guys' way. It's a group effort. You've heard the saying, y'all have heard it, the saying, your network is your net worth. So if your network is getting some of the information that helps you find success, you pass that information on, then your net worth is now building its net worth. We're all about elevation over here. So the empowerment piece, we got to build routines that strengthen your success muscle. So the first part was about picking some things, picking tasks, picking steps that allow you to be more in tune with you. And now we're talking about how to elevate those small steps into some winning strategies. Because small wins build big momentum. Consistency, guys, it begins with, I'm a whisper, it begins with something so small, it's impossible to fail. Start little. Small steps make monumental impacts. When you start eating your food, do you put the whole plate and just toss it back? Do you put the whole bowl and just toss it back? Do you eat the whole sandwich at one time? Or do you have to take one bite? So if you got to take one bite of your food, if you got to take one sip of your drink, because you can't drink your whole drink at once. Here, this is my water. I only can take one sip. I can't drink the whole bottle at once. So why is it when we're trying to develop and grow and be and do something new, we're trying to take everything in all at one time? Small incremental steps. First we got to acknowledge that we need to make some steps. That's the clarity piece. You got to acknowledge that we need to make some steps. And then once you acknowledge that we need to make those steps, now we're going to have to start making them. We got Stephanie chiming in again. She says, elevation. Absolutely. We have Mrs. Gary, my lovely, beautiful wife. She checked in. Hello, hello, CEOs. Thank you. She is the CEO of us all CEOs. She runs the Gary household, the Johnson household, the Mitchell household, and the Brandon household. She's running the family circle. So she's the head CEO. Thank you for jumping in with me today, beautiful. Then we have Letitia Marie. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Letitia. 1 month, Letitia, 1 month. So Letitia is joining the CEO Mastermind Season 3, which starts in a month. We are now getting closer. She was the recipient of the one sponsored tuition that was paid for one member, and she won. And I appreciate her for accepting, because there were other winners on the past on Season 1 and Season 2, but they turned it down because they weren't ready for accountability. So I appreciate that you said yes to you. So we will be sitting and talking soon, Letitia. Get locked in. So we were speaking about, guys, I'm always excited when we're talking about growth. So if you guys can do me a favor, who's watching live, go ahead, share the live, share it to your friends, family. Let's all get on the same accord so we can all be moving towards success. And as you guys drop in, the question of the day is, what do you do every day that moves you and your agenda or goal forward? One thing I talked about, for me, it's that the first thing that I bring in is that I meditate on an everyday basis. The second thing is I always write a word of gratitude every single day, because gratitude allows you to find growth. If you are grateful for what you have, you can move to have something more. You can't have anything more when you're not grateful for the things you have. So we got to start that. I start my day with gratitude every day. So guys, please share the live and drop your answer to the question in the chat. If you guys are watching me on TikTok, drop that in the chat. That's what it's about. We all are just going in here. We're working together to move the needle forward as CEOs. So we were speaking about small wins. So choose one daily micro habit that supports your goal. So if there's one thing that you're looking to do, overarching thing, find one thing that you're going to do. Make it small. And this is how you do it. You're going to choose that one thing. Pick one 60-second habit, one 1-minute habit. So we're not talking about something that's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's start off with one 1-minute habit that we're going to do successfully. That 1-minute thing that we know we can get through today. You're going to commit to it daily for 1 week. If that was one push-up, so if you say I'm going to write one paragraph, I'm going to do one affirmation, I'm going to save $1. One thing that you can do in 60 seconds. And do it every day for 7 days. On that 7th day, celebrate. Celebrate you making it through it. We don't celebrate those small things. That's why we don't repeat those smaller things that are going to allow us to have monumental impact. Because as you make small incremental changes, small incremental things, small incremental steps, it moves you closer to your goal. So if you do something small today, small tomorrow, small the next day, small the next day, small the next day, you still reach the goal that was up here. You're just constantly moving and constantly making those things happen. And you're going to celebrate you. Celebrate you showing up for you. Celebrate that you said yes to you today. That's what it's about. When you say yes to you, so let's say for parents out there, I know parents always said, I do this for my kids. If you don't take care of you, you're not doing anything for your kids. I want you to hear me say it. I got a question to ask you. As a kid, if your parents worked 12, 14, 16 hours a day, and they were hustling all the time, as an adult, you as an adult, I'm an adult. Do I wish I had to spend more time, had more money with my parents? Because that is what we have to speak life and speak truth into. If you would rather spend more time with your parent, and that's what you wanted out of life, then that lets you know that you have to be the best version of you so you can spend some time with the other people that you're looking for. So we got Steve Edwards checking in with us today. Guys, if you are not locked into Steve Edwards, he was from cohort 1 of CEO Mastermind. The name of his foundation is called Epilepsy Enlightenment. His philanthropy has to do with epilepsy. He is an epileptic himself, and he is bringing empowerment and enlightenment and advising individuals about epilepsy first aid. So you guys get locked in. He'll drop in the chat his link for you guys to go to his GoFundMe page. He utilizes that money to help people with transportation that are epileptics because they cannot drive. Driving is one of the things that when you have epileptic seizures, they take away from your privilege to drive. Nothing personal. We don't want them on the road. We want them to be taken care of. We want them to have some transportation and have services. We don't want them on the road trying to drive and have a seizure. That is not part of the plan today, tomorrow, or ever. So I appreciate that Steve thought about that and has decided to take action, because a lot of people, we talk about things that we want to change, but we don't make action towards it. And Steve decided that he was going to make action. Thank you, Steve, for doing that. Drop in the chat so everyone is able to, if you would like to donate to epilepsy awareness, the name of his foundation is Epilepsy Enlightenment, and he is a firm believer in helping individuals who are looking to have knowledge about epilepsy first aid. There are a lot of schools, a lot of school bus drivers who are not aware. These are places that he is looking to work with so he can give awareness, because if it was one of your family members on that bus, if it was one of your family members in that school, would you want them to have someone who knew how to help them quickly? Absolutely. We all would. And Steve has taken on the mission to make sure that one person at a time gets that information. So, Steve, we thank you. Please drop that information in the chat. So we have Letitia who chimed in. Her answer to the question, and those who are just coming in, the question was, what do you do every day that will move you forward? And Letitia's answer was, I meditate every morning for 15 minutes, no distractions. I listen to Denzel Washington motivational speech on the way to work. Absolutely. Guys, if y'all are not locked into that Denzel Washington speeches, he has motivational speeches that he speaks about different things. And I have gotten locked into them as well, Letitia. Stayed locked into growth and development and finding things that keep you positive, especially when you're on your way to work. And especially when I know that for you, that's a place that you're like, that's that. I'm ready to have another path towards my growth. So staying locked in that way is great. So we were talking about those small wins, and you're going to celebrate them. So we're moving on to the next thing. This is about empowerment, guys. We're just determining the points of empowerment. Then we have Michael Lewis who stepped in. Hey, good afternoon, CEO. Good afternoon, CEO. Thank you for joining me today. And he says, what I do to move me forward is meditation, prayer, and detoxing my mind with positive affirmation. Absolutely. Thank you for checking in and dropping that information with us, Mike, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Then we have Trosh in the building. If you guys are not at all aware of who Trosh is, guys, we're gonna take a second and play a bit of his song, because this is a song I listen to. I got it because I listen to it quite often, and this is his song. We're gonna play a little bit of it for you.
Yeah. Built like a nigga asked for it. Yeah, I passed go and hit the fast forward. Burn through it, got the ash pouring. Couldn't miss a beat and have a bad quarter. Life's a bitch and your ass know it. If you're missing me, you got some bad orders. You truly in for a hell of a shock. Speaker falling in your bathwater. Said it wasn't room in this fast corridor. Found space, stayed in Phillywood. While they fighting, trying to make it uphill, I just slid in like a hilly good. Show more love than they giving back. He don't owe him shit, he just feel he should. Trying to take down you a juggernaut, gon' take a lucky shot like Achilles' foot. I been feeling something, man, that man cold like I'm chilling something, but they handhold like a villain coming. They enhance more shit, is really nothing, man, it's really something. I don't really get it. If you heard me say it, then I
Guys, get locked into Trosh. Go ahead and get that. If you guys are looking to Trosh, please drop where they can stream that music. At the end of the day, guys, we have to always celebrate things who are excellent. The reason why I like the song so much, because it always reminds me that people might be in your way, but the only person who can honestly get in your way is you. And when you step out of your own way, you can make it happen. And I'm telling you guys, I've been locked into that song since he first debuted it on YouTube. I've been listening to it every other day, if not every day since. I love songs that in this political climate that still bring up that information. All right, there it is. My wife says, okay, Trosh, you got to get locked in. Y'all got to get locked in with them. I'm trying to get Trosh to write the intro, the song for my upcoming campaign. So Trosh, if you're still there, go ahead and get in touch with me. Look at your DM. I dropped my phone number in there for you just so you had it. We got to get locked in with each other so we can make things happen and make things happen together. He dropped in the chat. So you go to Apple Music. The link is on Facebook for people who are watching this live in other areas. Go ahead and get locked in with Trosh. Awesome music, especially for individuals who are looking to be empowered and grow. Is what it's about at the end of the day. That's what we have to do as a team. We got to make things happen. That's what we do. So we were talking about the second thing. Structure protects yourself, protects you from self-sabotage. Now, we were talking about that in the past segment where we were discussing about self-sabotage. And empowered structure eliminates the decision fatigue that hijacks consistency. When you plan, you win. When you plan, you win. When you plan, you win. I got to say that one more time. When you plan, you win. How many times have you guys heard the saying, either you plan to succeed or you plan to fail? Either way, you make the plan. And the plan of success means that you got to set the plan. So let's jump into how. Set schedule blocks for what matters most. Set time blocks for what matters most to you. Are you looking to grow? And you don't have an idea of how to? Every Wednesday right here. Wake Up CEO 3 to 5 p.m. right here on my radio Chicago. You can hear that every week. You can time block that off. I'm throwing it out there because that is something that's consistent. I am currently reading a book. This book that I'm reading, the book that I'm reading currently is, there's two books. I'm reading a book and I'm listening to a book. So the book that I'm listening to currently is The Wealth Choice by Dennis Kimbro. And it was important to me that I read that book. I mean, I listened to that book. I've read it before, and now I'm listening to it because how our sensory glands work, we listen and read at the same time. More of your brain takes in that information. So because I'm trying to internalize some of that information, I'm reading and listening to it simultaneously. It's not the only book I do it to. Whenever there's some information that I want to stick with me, I reread a book and I'll listen to it at the same time so I can be able to get more of the information from it. That's what it's about at the beginning and end of it. So we were talking about structuring to protect you from self-sabotage. So when you block, you're going to block out 1 hour on your calendar this week, 1 hour, for something that is related to your goal, and honor it like it's paying a bill. We'll pay the light bill. We pay the car note, but we don't pay our minds attention to allow it for growth. So we want growth. Give your mind time to grow. Give it information that helps it grow. If you don't know where that information is, you have YouTube University and you have books. You have great shows like this one. You have other podcasts out there that give information. I want to state this though, guys. When you go looking for a podcast, show, or whatever avenue in which you're going to utilize to give yourself some information that's going to help you grow, make sure that you are not just reading one book, not watching just one podcast. It takes time for our brains to register and start utilizing that information. And to do that, you want to make sure that you take the time to understand everything there is about the subject matter so you become an expert at your growth. But you start that at 1 hour at a time and give yourself the time to grow. Yeah, I want us to be the best version of ourselves, and the only way to do that is to set ourselves up for success. So we're going to let King's Affirmation play by Nico. And I want you guys to stay locked in because we got coming up next on the Author's Corner, brought to you by Distinguished Authors Guild, where literary excellence is celebrated. And this week we have the Self-Love Makeover by Charise Bennett. So I want y'all to stay locked in right here on my radio, Chicago. Support District Radio because we already know it is more than radio.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality, it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week, right here on CEO State of Mind.
Have brand coaching, sales coaching, as well as psychology coaching.
There's a new TV network on the scene.
I will walk like a CEO, think like a boss. Every setback I had turned to gain, not lost. Mind on clarity, feet on grind. Built from the truth, that CEO state of mind. Power in my steps, vision in my lane. I don't follow waves, I create my name. This ain't hype, this purpose designed. I live loud in my CEO state of mind.
They want the crown, but not the pain. I made my peace inside the flame. Ownership, that's every choice. I don't fold, I find my voice. Every win that's earned, not luck. Every no, just fuel I tuck. I'm not here to break or blend. I break the mold and set new trends. Mindset strong like steel and gold. My silence ball, what lies won't hold.
We have all right, and welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary. I thank you guys for staying locked in with me through the commercial breaks. We had to make sure that we pay some bills around here. Got to make sure that we keep locked in. We have Letitia who chimed in afterwards. Can you go over that 1 hour a week? You can. If you're someone who is focused and you're going to be able to do that, yes, absolutely. I say start off at 1 hour a week because it allows you to find success at the end of the day. It allows you to not feel overwhelmed. And when you're starting out in your goal setting, you're starting out giving yourself an opportunity to grow. You want to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself. Just like when you work out, people go to the gym, that first workout, they feel good. So they add another 30 minutes to it. And then on day 2, you're tired, you're fatigued, your body is sore. And we don't want that. We want to make sure that you're able to get up and do what is necessary the next day for your growth. So absolutely, you can do more than 1 hour. But if you're someone who's just starting out, start with the 1 hour of focus time that is dedicated to who? You. All right. So we are going to jump into the Author's Corner, guys, brought to you by Distinguished Author Guild, where your literary excellence is rewarded. So today I'm going to be talking about the book by Charise Bennett. This is Self-Love Makeover, guys. Now I'm going to give you, this was a transformational workbook for enhancing self-esteem, elevating self-awareness, and strengthening self-care practices. My tip of the week from this book: self-love strengthens self-consistency. When you love yourself fully, you stop abandoning yourself. Consistency becomes an act of self-respect and not pressure. Start and end each day with one intentional self-love routine. Get locked in with her book, Self-Love Makeover. Charise Bennett, I will drop that information in the chat so you guys can go ahead and get locked in with her book. At the end of the day, guys, the only way we find success is when you find something that can help someone else, you hand it over to them. You give that information out. I'm a firm believer. I'm not gatekeeping nothing. I'm not gatekeeping any information. I'm not gatekeeping any books. I remind you guys, I have 2 award-winning books myself, but I'm never going to gatekeep when I find really good information out there that I think will help. Now, my book talks about the 4 pillars of self, but Charise's book dives into self-love on a deeper level and with actionable steps that will help you find success. I want you guys to go ahead and grab that book. It's called The Self-Love Makeover by Charise Bennett, and that is Charise Bennett, Bennett. Go ahead and get that book. Get locked in. So now, guys, we're going to jump into the ownership piece of the day. So we had our moment of getting clear. We're clear that we are going to build a consistent a habit that's going to allow us to find growth. We're going to pick one thing for the week that we can do. 2, we're going to be consistent with that one thing. We're going to take small incremental steps that allow us to make monumental impacts on our lives, impacts on our growth, impact on how to build that consistency that pays. To build consistency that pays, you have to be, let's think, consistent. You have to be consistent. Consistency is a requirement to get paid. Y'all know when I pause on Wake Up CEO, that's just so you can take it in and you can think about it. If you're looking to get paid emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically, you got to be consistently moving towards those things. It's a requirement for your success. And consistency is a choice, not a coincidence. You don't consistently, accidentally be consistent. There's no accidents in you being consistent. Consistency comes when you are strategically saying that now I'm going to do what is necessary for my growth, necessary so I can build, necessary so I can have, necessary so I can be, do, and have the life that I desire. That's what I'm talking about. The life you desire. The life that is yours. Your purpose for being here. The purpose for having time. The purpose for you having the gift. Because each of us have a gift that we could utilize. And if we consistently use it, we get better at it. Charise and I were sitting down and talking. If you guys don't know, Charise Sloan is a really good friend of mine. I've known her for many, more than 3/4 of my life. I've known Charise for 30-something years. Her and I were having a conversation about how I stutter. Now, 2 years ago, I was afraid to go live because I stuttered. Then I was afraid to. I'm telling you guys all the fears. I was afraid to go live because I was stutter. I was afraid to go on podcasts because I stuttered. I was afraid to get on the stage because I stuttered. I was afraid to get on the radio because I stuttered. I was afraid to get on stages because I stuttered. Let me say this, guys. I was afraid all the way. But my consistency to move on my purpose outweighed the fear of what was. I've had a whole show with you guys today. Have I stuttered? I'm on a podcast tomorrow. I'll be fine. Last week I was on 2 podcasts, a TV show, my TV show, all because I I was afraid and moved forward anyway. So consistency is something that you must build into your routine. I got a thing, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all this little thing about myself, and I know is in every single person as well. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me from what I want. Nothing will stop me from what I want. I will get up in the mirror and practice, which I did for months. 4 months, guys. I was in the mirror practicing. I was going live for 10 minutes to practice. I was doing 15-second reels to practice. I was doing 30-second reels to practice. So I could be a better orator. Because I'm intelligent, but those words, I couldn't articulate those words without stuttering through them. The reason why I tell the story, because the only way I got better at speaking was speaking. The only way I got better with my stage presence was speaking on stages. The only way I can empower, grow, and help individuals with my gifts is getting out there so they know my gifts even exist. So my bigger purpose is what allowed me to be consistent. So the bigger purpose made it where I was going to be consistent. And those are the things that we must think of when we say that we want something. We are looking for growth. We are looking to have a better life. So this is where we're going to own the habits. Own your habits. They reflect your priorities. Your life is showing you what you value. So whatever you value is what you show up for right now. So we want to say you value having more. So if you value having more, you'll do what is necessary to have it. But in a lot of cases, we value being comfortable. I've gotten so comfortable being uncomfortable that it's a shame. I tell my wife all the time, I am comfortable being uncomfortable now. Right now, it's 19 degrees outside. I got the door open in the studio right now. It's cold outside. But because I'm one of these people who I move a lot, I'm animated, I'm producing my own heat right now. And plus the cold keeps me alive. It makes me feel energetic. So Letitia asked the question, do you use a speech planner when you speak publicly, or is it in the moment? A little bit of both. Excellent question though, Letitia. Let me show you a little bit of both. These are my show notes. So I write show notes every week. That's to keep me on task. I appreciate the question. So the show notes keep me on task. But you guys know I'm on the show for 2 hours. Those show notes are not I don't go word for word. So what I do is I do an overarching of what I want to discuss. So like the first one says, own your habits. That's what it says there for ownership. And then I elaborate on it. So I keep myself focused, and it always reminds me that I have a point of reference. And a point of reference makes it where I don't feel nervous when I'm talking. Because I notice that when I feel nervous or I feel that I'm not articulating correctly, I get in my head, and that is what makes me stutter. So I appreciate the question because it gave me an opportunity to explain what I did to eliminate the stuttering and allow me to find more success with being an orator, because communication is key for what I do. So absolutely. So we're talking about reflection. So when you own your habits, they reflect your priorities. So how to do it? Audit your actions, not your intentions. You intend to have $10,000 in the bank by the end of the year. What actions are you taking to get the $10,000 in your bank account by the end of the year without robbing the bank? No illegal activities, guys. We're not talking about illegal activities. But if you audit your actions and not what you intended, then you'll know if you're actually moving successfully towards where you're trying to go. So you want to list your top goal. A lot of times people say your top 3 goals. I'm a firm believer, and I apologize for people out there who think differently. You can only focus on one thing being the main thing. The word priorities came much later in time. The word was originally priority. There can only be one thing that you're striving towards. For myself, I am always striving towards peace. Now, I have small things, I have small activities that, or I have small things that are important to me, but my main goal is to have peace. To be someone my children are proud of, to be the best spouse possible, and to help 100,000 people. Those are my micro goals. But let me tell you how all of that fits into my peace. My wife having a good experience with me as a spouse keeps me having peace mentally, emotionally. Being a person my children can be proud of aligns with me being peaceful, with being a role model to my community, to my children, and helping 100,000 people allows me to feel at peace with my purpose. I have the goods. I have some information, as my friend used to say, I got the goods. I got information. I have the ability to take people's situation and give them actionable steps that move them closer to where they're looking to be. That's my purpose. So if that's my purpose, that's my peace. So my 3 sub goals all play into my ultimate goal, which is having a life of peace. So Letitia jumped in and she says, save your income tax and put aside $100 to $200 a month, and you can build that 10K. Speak to him. I don't get income tax though, Tisha, but I appreciate that. I owe every year now, guys. But I say this, at the end of the day, what I like about what she said was she provided a plan. Those are people I want in my circle. The ones who are not just talking about, well, we got a problem. Man, I can't get the 10 grand. If you save $100 a week for 52 weeks, how about this? You save $100 a week for 52 weeks. That's $5,000. If you save 2, that's 10. She just gave you the sauce to get there in 52 weeks. I have a friend who mentioned to me they want to buy a house. So I explained to them that you don't need this much money as you need. You need to have this, and this. Because sometimes when you just have that little bit of information, that information helps you find success. And Tisha said, yeah. So Tisha, it's funny that you were talking about the $100. So what I've been doing is I take $100 every day and I put it up. I mean, every week, and I've been putting it up. I take a $100 bill, real money, guys. It's funny. I got to tell y'all, this is funny story. I hadn't used real money other than credit cards, debit cards, things like that is not real money to me. Money in my hand, I won't spend. Think about it. When I had the money, so the money is sitting in my watch box. Every week I put a $100 bill in it. I needed the $100. I needed $100 in cash, and I forgot all about the $100. So I went all the way to the bank, got $100 out to give it to the guy. When I had the $100 bill in my in my watch box. but I don't like to spend cash. Cash in my hand, to me, it goes from me when I was young, I didn't have any money. So as I got older, when I have cash in my hand, I will not spend it. But if the money's in the bank and I can use my debit card, I'll swipe. But I will not spend hard-earned cash in my hand. So I gave myself the habit to save the $100 a week. So because I want to buy something nice for my wife next year for our anniversary. And I didn't want her to know about the money, where the money came, because once she knew how much I spent on it, she's going to be like, take that back. So there's something nice that I want to do for her next year. So I'm putting the money aside starting now. So I need 20 grand to be able to do it. So I said, if I put the $100 up, and then at the end of the year, I'll put this money with it, then I'll have enough money to get what I wanted to get for her. So it was good. It's a good thing that you talk about the $100, because it's all about planning to build consistency that pays. That's how we build it. So the second thing we're going to talk about how to own this process. Own your energy. Success requires you to have a full cup. Drained people cannot be disciplined people. My mentees will have a conversation with me. I won't say which mentee, because to me, I believe that's sacred. If they want to talk about it, they can. They said that they are just tired. And them being tired makes it where they can't do things. That is what we're speaking about you can't have success if you're not sleeping, you're not resting, you're not giving yourself setting boundaries, you're not allowing yourself to grow. You can't build the life that you're looking for because you're too weary to do so. So we need to be able to build our energy. So let me give you some hows. Rest, refuel, reorganize before you grind. We all hustling, guys. We all hustling. I'm hustling right now in my mind. When I go home, I'm doing a plan for getting 10,000 copies of my third book sold by the end of December next year. So I'm putting together the plan right now. I'm on the grind on an everyday basis. But I learned to rest. So I leave here today. I get home about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Pick up my wife, get home about 7 o'clock. I'm going to work on my plan for a couple of hours. I go to bed about 8. I go to bed, but we go to bed because I eat between 8:30 and 8:45 because I don't eat after 9. So we eat, we sit up and talk for an hour, and then I go to sleep. I'm not a late night person because I'm a very early morning person. But rest and refueling is necessary. A couple of weeks ago, I told you guys a story, but I'll bring it together quick. The story was basically that when I am looking to grow, I am so focused on growth that I lose focus on my self-care, and I hadn't been getting rest. So I had been going to bed at midnight, getting up at 4 o'clock because I was so focused. But in all honesty, I had so much energy because I was just like, okay, oh yeah, I can put this together, make sure I have all of this stuff ready so I can start executing the plan. I'm big on planning to be successful. I don't plan to fail, so I plan to be successful. So I'm always working that plan. So Letitia chimes in, you have to cut the people out of your life who don't support you and your dreams. That negativity drains your soul. Absolutely. So that's about when you own your energy. Like we were talking about in empowerment. When there's something, a person, a place, an activity, anything that's draining your energy, you are the only one who can determine what you're going to do about it. Are you going to continue tomorrow to let that person drain your energy? Are you going to continue allowing a situation to keep occurring that drains your energy. So when you rest and relax, and it gives your brain an opportunity to organize and create the win-win. So let's say there is a person that's draining you. You're not getting any rest. You're not getting any sleep. They're getting on your nerves and draining your energy. You don't get any rest. You don't get any sleep. This person is draining your energy. Sooner or later, your nerves are going to get frayed. You're not going to, you can't be productive during any of this time because your energy is constantly drained. You're not getting enough rest. So when you get rest and refuel your mind, because your mind needs time to rest, you fuel your body with some good food, and you sit down and you reorganize. This is when you start being strategic. This is when we start playing chess instead of checkers. Because in checkers, you can jump back. In chess, we are on the move to capture the king. The only goal of chess is to capture the king. Every other piece on the board is there to strategically make sure the king does not get captured and to make sure the other king is. The main focus of the game is to capture the king without being captured. Main focus of the game. But you have to be strategic about your moves because you can put yourself in checkmate because you weren't looking at the whole strategy. So when you're looking at when you have opportunity to reorganize and start strategizing, you can determine, okay, this person is draining my energy. Why? Because sometimes when you look at it, it might not be the person really draining your energy. It might be that you are not listening to what the person needs from you or realizing what is going on in their lives that is draining both of your energy. So the reason why I say this, and I'm not saying that they're not draining your energy. This is not that kind of conversation. But I say when you have opportunity to assess, you'll realize from time to time that you really were not open to listening or open to hearing them. And right now they're screaming as opposed to them just talking. That's taking ownership. That's what we are. We owning. When you're taking ownership of the situation, you are owning your energy. You're owning your space. You're owning your outcomes. And the only way to own that is if you are able to look at it from the full picture, as opposed to looking at it from just a snapshot. Third, we got to talk about this. Own your process. Results come from repetition. Consistency is a practice, not a personality trait. They don't say, "Ooh, that girl is just consistent." She consistency. That's her name. She consistency. Being consistent is an ongoing process. When you're looking to do something new, you have to be consistently moving towards it. You want a result, you have to consistently be moving towards it. You're looking for something new, looking to have something more, looking to grow, you need to be consistently moving towards it. The only way we do that is about being consistent. And you have to own the process. Let's talk about how. Commit to showing up on the days that you feel like it and the days you don't. I'm on a workout kick, guys. So, because let me give y'all the why. 12 months from now, when I'm sitting on stage, because I'm throwing a big party for my third book launch. We're throwing a huge party. The publisher is going to be helping me with a big party. We're either going to throw it at the DeSable Museum or at the Harold Washington Center. One or the other. We haven't decided which one. So for that big party, I said I want to look my best and feel my best. So I'm working out every day, 7 days a week. I did not feel like it on Sunday. I really did not feel like it on Sunday. I was laying there like, not today. One day it's not going to hurt. I took a deep breath. I said, who are you showing up for? I asked myself the question, who do you show up for? My integrity is everything. So I'm one of these persons who, when I give my word to something, I'm with it. So when I gave my word that I was going to do it every day, I got up out that bed. I drug, guys. My feet, I was like a little kid. You know, your feet be scuffing the floor. That was me. I still went and worked out. I did my mile and a half. I came in, did my crunches. I came in and did my weights. Then I went and washed the clothes. Because at that point, then I had energy. But you have to own the process, which means you reap the results. This goes to just like in the Bible. What you sow, you will reap. The seeds you plant, you can harvest. But if you don't own the process, there is no results. So if you are still having a conversation saying, man, ain't nothing happening, ain't nothing changing. Okay, let's look in that mirror. Did you show up every day the way you were supposed to? Did you make those phone calls that you needed to? Did you talk to new people about your business endeavor? Did you write down that structured plan? Are you working that structured plan? Have you reached out to 10 people today? Did 10 people tell you no? Are you planning? Do you have a list to reach out tomorrow? That is when you're owning the process. Whether you get the outcome you're looking for or not, success will come your way as you continually moving forward, because that's what it's about. You moving towards the best version of you. And the only way to do that is to get aligned. We're going to get aligned with the person who we're looking to be, because consistency, this is how consistency pays. This is how we make that happen. So now we're going to jump into my favorite part of the whole show. This is my favorite part of the whole show. It is called the Leadership 3-Point Play, and it is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. Play 1. How to build consistency that pays. Get clear. Know what you're building and why. Consistency fades when the mission isn't clear. Define one target goal for the next 30 days. 2. Empower. Create systems that remove excuses. Discipline thrives when structure eliminates overwhelm. Build a morning or evening routine that supports that number one goal. Play 3. Ownership. Repetition turns goals into wealth. When you show up consistently, your future becomes predictable. How? Do one income generating activity each day, no matter how small. And that was the Leadership 3-Point Play that was powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets guys what? GPS. We got to stay locked into that, man. Stay locked into the having that GPS, having those things that find success. And we're going to let Growth by Lizzie Birch play. And when I come back, I'm going to give you my final words of the day and look for any comments or anything that you guys have out there. So stay locked in to my radio Chicago, supporting District Radio. Well, we already know it is more than radio. Looking to get to the cash. So I have the perfect book series for you by award-winning author Rachel L. Gary. Volume 1, Forged in Fire, Readers Rose from Life's Ashes. In Volume 2, #Poverty 6 Figures, They Broke Those Mental Chains. Now comes Volume 3, Freedom Has GPS, reminding you that you are born to soar and build a legacy. Pre-orders are open for 50% off. Get the tools for the bag at www.sayiampossible.com.
Questions were exact and to the point of what I needed, but immediately I was able to apply some extra income come immediately this past week.
Charging $150 for these classes. So I had 30 people show up each day. I charge $150 and we're like 4 days.
I've gotten like three more clients since I revamped again. And I'm really grateful for that.
I actually hit my goal. I think I was at 158. And so this week I'm now at 170 RSVPs for my lunch party.
I have been uploading consistently, sharing it, and also promoting and marketing on. I did build up my own team as well. The business, I also did crack in another client.
Welcome to the CEO Mastermind.
There's a new TV network on the scene.
I will walk like a CEO, think like a boss. Every setback I had turned to gain, not lost. Mind on clarity, feet on grind. Built from the truth, that CEO state of mind. Power in my steps, vision in my lane. I don't follow waves, I create my name. This ain't hype, this purpose designed. I live loud in my CEO state of mind.
They want the crown but not the pain. I made my peace inside the flame. Ownership, that's every choice. I don't fold, I found my voice. Every win that's earned, not luck. Every no just fuel I tuck. I'm not here to break or blend. I break the mold and set new trends. Mindset strong like steel and gold. My silence ball, what lies won't hold.
All right, and welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I'm your host, Rachel L. Gary. I want to thank everyone for taking opportunity and staying locked in with me today as we were talking about how to build consistency that pays. We talked about 3 tips in each of our segments about getting clear, about being empowered, and about owning your direction to be the CEO of your life. So my final thoughts for the day. Our consistency pays the CEOs who decide that growth is not optional. So when you understand that it's not an option, it is a necessity, that is when and how you can build consistency that pays. And until next week, right here on My Radio Chicago, I want you to support District Radio and get locked in every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. with Wake Up CEO, as I always have a pleasure of working and speaking with some great individuals. And until next week, CEOs, I want y'all to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week right here on Wake Up CEO.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality, it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week, right here on CEO State of Mind.